Well, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you get this message. It's been a while since I've actually done a blog about what's been going on. I've been so tired ever since last weekend, and can you not blame me? It was quite a quite an experience, considering that it has taken me 7 years. 7 years to actually create a book. And when things seem so out there and far beyond, damn near unreachable, I'm reminded of this. And if you don't know who this is or who made it, then apparently you do not know Legends. Of course, what you're seeing is Phoenix, done by the late great Osamu Tezuka. Whenever I feel I don't know what I'm going to do with a story, this is what I'm this is what I always remind myself of. I mean, this thought in my head is all that's reminding me of what my work is like. So I'm pretty much going to say that my first book is going to be my Phoenix. Pretty much, it is my Phoenix. It is basically that which I have put so much of my heart, sweat, blood, guts, and tears into. All the many sleepless nights I've been doing, and all the years I've been putting into actually thinking about this book, putting it together, and of course, having the funnage to make it into a book after like almost full 2 years. I'm always reminded, excuse me, I have a lot of gas. I am always reminded that regardless of what happens, this is what I am to do. To remember that my book is that of a legacy. It took a man 30 years to do a story, and this is long after his passing. Much like the much like the other famous um much like the other famous authors of old which aren't around anymore, aside from Tezuka and Ishinomori. There's also Tolkien and H.G. Wells, Charles Dickens, William Shakespeare, and many other fine artists of said craft of writing. I can pretty much say I am a living testimony of being a writer. Even though this is my first book, even though I know that it is going to be a slow, very slow process. Whenever I feel lost, this is the image I'm reminded of, that everything we find, everything will work out. Just take one step at a time. Don't try to do too much. I feel this is what I should do. Now, what I did earlier was I went out to the recycling plant after I emptied all the cans with all the cans plastics. I felt so tired because I did all that yard work. Trust me, that is yard work. As soon as they came, as soon as they came back, I felt I could get in a quick round of Warriors Orochi, and I managed to do so. I spent a whole hour at the plant, basically breaking bags and dumping about maybe 10 or 15 bags full of cans and plastics into assorted containers. You see, I get paid only by doing that. Aside from my book, that is my other paycheck. So yes, it is pretty much something that I've been doing for quite some time. Yes, I'm doing a lot of yawning here because I am quite tired, but I just had to get this out. A lot of things I had to say. It has to be. Yeah, it's pretty much had to be said that I have been doing a lot. Now I appreciate the many words of support that you guys have given me, and I don't know what else I can say or do except that if you have it in you, no, not have it in you. I know you got it in you. Continue supporting me in my endeavors because this first book is not going to be the end of it. I'm working on the sequels. Sequels, yes, sequels. The sequel to this very series as we speak. When am I going to actually release them? That I will not tell because it will take some time because I had to go through it. I had to copy and paste everything from chapter to chapter. Then after I read it, then I had to, well, do the same thing I did with the first book. Extend it. See how it's going to look. And whatever that means closing for plot convenience, it will be done. So pretty much that's all I am going to do. Otherwise, I have one down and there are really 6 more to go because really it's going to be a total of 7 books. Therefore, 7 stories all about the Dragoon clan. Yes, the very clan I just said. Yes, Dragoon clan. Yes. But yes, I am promoting my book here and now because it's already in a bookstore. It's already in a Christian bookstore. Now, like I said, I don't know what to do next. Pretty much the only thing I really want to do now is just basically allow my brain to relax. Just take a deep breath and just exhale. That's my plan, just to excel. Exhale and excel. That's all I'm going to do. because, like I said, supply and demand. I supply the stories, you demand when it's coming out. Now I can tell you my second book. My second book will be a book of assorted poetry. That's going to be my second project that I will be working on. I have been working. I've been doing poetry for about maybe over, I believe, 13 years. 13, borderline 14 years. Because before I actually did stories, I actually did poetry. And I had a lot of poetry. I mean, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of poetry. Even now, I'm still doing poetry. So therefore, I don't make this stuff up. I mean, it's really something when you have a gift and, you know, a gift, let alone a talent or ability that you can do. I mean, I know that anybody has the ability to do a video. I mean, that's nothing. I mean, I do videos every night, so it's not nothing new. It's just catching everybody's interest, that sort of thing. I try. That's all I can possibly do as an LPer. I just try to do the best I can, regardless of what I do on said videos, whether I cheat or not cheat. It's my video, it's my game, it's how I play it. So therefore, I play it a certain way. I'm gonna play it a certain way. Aside from that, excuse me. Aside from that, I mean, there's nothing else I can possibly do at this point in time, other than what I've been doing. Namely, I have been basically exhausting myself. But in a good way, it is a good kind of exhaustion because I managed to do this and that and, everything considering what I've been doing all this time. Promoting my book, ordering books. Let me say, I've been doing quite a bit, so therefore, yeah, you can quite understand that it has been a hectic week and a hectic month, rather. I mean, having to actually compete with a big time event like Whitney Houston's funeral, that took a lot of guts, and just to have one person show up, that says a lot. Just to have one person out of the entire known city of Los Angeles, California, one person managed to show up. And I am truly grateful for that one person that showed up. Because I'll tell you one thing, that one person, I managed to just say, you know what? I'm having a book signing event. It's going to be held here at such and such. I hope you come. Because to be quite honest, on a day like that, I did not expect to see like a whole bunch of people. I mean, it would have been nice if a whole bunch of people came, at least five or so, but one means a lot. I remember the night before, the neighbor's kid dropped by, and he was saying, "Oh, you're having a book signing event? Oh, I'm gonna tell my auntie about it." So what he did was he ran off across the street, told his aunt about it, and for some reason I knew that kid was bullshitting, but I didn't really care. It's like, if you want to show up, then show up. Otherwise, don't promise me you're not gonna do it. It's just that simple. It's the principle of the matter. If you show up, you show up. Not, don't waste my time saying you're telling me you're gonna show up. I mean, I'm glad the event came out the way it did. From what I was told by the owner of the bookstore, she said I should really submit my story into the newspaper. Or what I can also do is submit an make an article, a brief synopsis of the book, and she'll put it in a magazine. And there's the other thing. I could take it to a library, present it, and everything else. I mean, I could go take it down to the local library here near my house, and I could pretty much do, an hour worth of reading. I mean, there's so many avenues to take with this book that personally I don't know where to start. And I had to truly be honest. I don't know where to actually start. I just started off, just like that. I mean, it's, the start of 2012, and all of a sudden it's like, wow. It still blows my mind how much this book is pretty much my phoenix. And that's why I feel that this book really is my phoenix. So on that note, to those who did comment on the various episodes of Off the Headset, thank you very much. I truly do appreciate that. And I know who you guys are. I'm just gonna call you out just as is. You, thanks a lot, man. Really, really, thanks a lot. Big Fat Plus, really, you're awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. 40 Warrior, it takes a lot to do a book, and it takes more guts to say, "Hey, I'm a writer, and here I am." Let alone show your face to internet to YouTube, let alone that. Guys, you busy man, you took a little time off your busy schedule to say thanks for the support. You're glad to know me and everything. I'm glad to know you too, man. I mean, honestly. And Snorlax, yeah. It doesn't take too much to actually make a dream a reality, but all it takes is faith and belief. And to put that faith into action is to make it a, reality. I really didn't kind of picture my book I really didn't picture my story actually turning into a book, but I just said, well, we'll see what happens. Throw caution to the wind. There you go. So with that, whoever and whatever else you want to say about it, please let me know how you truly feel about the book. If you, I feel this book will change lives. I mean, once you read it, you wouldn't believe yourself that, hey, I could possibly do something like that. And quite possibly, who knows, in a couple of years, it might turn into a movie. And if it does turn into a movie, Well, then I'm just gonna be the one sitting in the back. I'm gonna be the one sitting in the back with a Slurpee in my hand and a big gulp in the other. Because that's how I roll. uh, yeah, yeah. That's why I'm playing. If it should come to that, if it should ever turn into a movie, I want it to be an anime. I really do. I really want it to be an anime. I mean, the one thing that my friend of mine, his name is Lamont, he showed up at my book signing event. He whispered to me, he said, so what do you think? You think this will make it to Comic Con? I said, hey, if it does, that's awesome. I said, if it shows up at Comic Con, that'd be great. And if it shows up at Anime Expo, that'd be even more great. That'd be off the chain awesome. I mean, that would be a bonus to me, because I love going to conventions. It has a lot of imaginative possibilities and everybody just showing off their costumes and everything. I want to show off my costume and I want to have fun, have a good time, meet people and buy stuff while I'm there. I mean, even if it's for 4 days, that's enough right there. I mean, I'm having a good time. I'm full of energy. I'm just raring to go and I just want to, just be there. I just want to say, "Hi, how you doing? I mean, what do you have that's on sale? You know, I mean, I just have the ability to just negotiate. So, yeah, I have that ability. It's awesome. But yeah, I really had to share my thoughts about what's been going on. I mean, I did tell you a little bit in like 4 or 5 minutes about what's actually going through me live, but I haven't told you exactly what I've been going through after this whole ordeal. So I thought I'd let you guys know that I am okay, and pretty much, yeah, I'm looking forward to making another book. Plan to take my time with it. I mean, I don't see the rush in it, but I feel wherever the wind blows, that's where I'm gonna go. Because I feel I am a man of the clouds, and I'll go wherever the wind goes, and make sure to take it easy, not to think too much, just go with the flow, and just have a good time with it. So with that, please comment, rate, subscribe, and all that jazz. I want to hear what you think about about my situation. Really, I truly, really want to hear what you think about it. You can either, I mean, really, I really want to hear some feedback about all this, what I've been going through. I just want to know, any kind of questions or whatever. I really would like to hear something, this time around. Because every time I do a Tenkaichi file, nobody actually ever leaves me comments or anything like that. So, I'm quite curious. So with that, because it's long enough, 25 minutes is upon me, and I should really get myself some rest. This is the Tenkaichi of gaming, Ichigo Musuko, aka Pookie87, of another well-deserved Tenkaichi file for you, the viewing audience. And as always, Godspeed, God hand, God bless, and always Tenkai Muso! Take care, everyone.